attack here. Oh, it opens up on the side. Okay. So it's like a overarching test of us throughout this entire thing. That's actually pretty amazing. So as I'm going through these, I'm just looking at my different options. Looks like we have TTP, tools, network, host artifacts, domain names, IP addresses, and hash values. Now the easiest one is probably hash values. So attack will get a little annoying at this stage. It's at this stage is a little bit tricky for an attacker to change, as he would need to purchase, register, and host it somewhere. Oh, that sounds like domain names. Okay, let's put that for domain names. All right, I think we might have one. Okay, at this stage, it wouldn't take a lot of effort to change it with a single bit of modification of the file, but you can still detect it most of the time by using fuzzy hashing. This has to be hash values. If it's not that, I'm gonna cry, but we're not gonna gloat over it too hard. I can't see this one now. Okay, let's see. The attacker would get a little annoyed at this stage, as he would need to go back and reconfigure his tools. The attacker tends to leave the common patterns like registry, key changes, drop files, and suspicious process execution. Okay. Okay. At this stage, the attacker will most likely give up trying to break into your network or go back and try to create a new tool that serves the same capabilities. At this stage, an adversary will use a backdoor custom payload. I believe this one is tools. It's talking about creating new tools because the old tools didn't work. So we're going to leave that one there. I feel like at this stage, this one might be TTP. I'm going to take a quick look back here. No chance to fight back. Yep, I believe that one is TTP. Okay, that was a good guess. Okay, we got two more for network, host artifacts, and IP addresses. Attacker will need more time to go back and change his tactics or modify the tools. A user agent string, C2 information, or a URI patterns followed by the HTTP. I believe this one is network host, but let's look at the first one again. We'll get a little annoyed at this stage, so we need to go back and reconfigure his tools. The attacker tend to leave the common patterns like registry, key changes, job files, and suspicious process execution. Oh, this one is rough. Okay, let's see what IP addresses has. Color green. Okay, so after reviewing a little of network hosts, artifacts, and IP addresses, at this stage, the attacker would need more time to go back and change his tactics or modify the tools. A user agent string, C2 information, or URI patterns followed by the HTTP post request can be the indicators. I feel like this one is leaning more towards network hosts and artifacts, which leaves this one to IP addresses, but let's reread it. The attacker would get a little annoyed at this stage, as he would need to go back and reconfigure his tools. The attackers tend to leave the common patterns like registry, key changes, drop files, and suspicious process execution. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but I feel like the other ones fit amazingly. So I'm going to check the answers. Oh, whoops. Okay, so we got one wrong. Let's try to figure out which one that is. Okay, so this is my final answer. I don't see anything wrong with this at all. This is everything that I chose pretty much. It's for TTPs. They stand no chance of succeeding. Can detect and respond to the threats. I went through everything just to double check, because for some reason they're not really giving me a green flag. I think it might be on their end. I did do a little research like on Reddit and things, just because I like double checking a lot of times just to make sure I'm right. And looks like the system might not be working correctly, but I did try to double check everything to the best of my ability. So I believe this is correct, but I believe it's just not working. If it is, I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna move on because I wasted a lot of time on this already. But I did have fun completing and trying to figure out everything. It's the best thing I'm gonna do, I believe. So I tried to double check everything by going through each of these domains again. So let's move on and go to the next part. The final task, task number 10. Now you have learned the concept of pyramid of pain. Maybe it's time to apply this in practice. Please navigate to the static website to perform the exercise. Another exercise. You can pick any APT as another exercise. A good place to look at would be the FireEye Advanced Persistent Threat Groups. When you have determined an AP group you want to research, find or indicate and ask yourself, what can I do, or what detection rules and approach can I create to detect the adversary's activity? And where does this activity or detection fall on the pyramid of pain? As David Blanco states, the amount of pain you cause an adversary depends on the type of indicators you are able to make use of. Let's see what we have here. APT suspected Iran. So it's just a lot of reading. I get it. Okay. It's a huge report. Target sectors, aerospace, defense, energy sectors. Overview, APT 26. Associated. The group frequently uses strategic web crime masters to gain access to target networks and custom backdoors once they're inside a victim's environment. So I'll go ahead and just complete this. I won't go to the next room yet. So they want me to, a good place to look at would be FireEye Advanced Persistent Threat Groups. Find and indicators and action. What can I do, or what detection rules and approach can I create to detect the adversary's activities? Where does the activity or detection fall on the pyramid of pain? Okay, so let's see this one example. Where the goal is intellectual property theft, usually focus on data and projects that makes a particular organization competitive within its field. Okay. Active malware. Beacons. The group frequently uses strategic web crime masters to gain access to target networks and custom backdoors once they are inside a victim's environment. So it sounds like they use a lot of backdoors. Where's the pyramid? I may have to open back up the other one. It looks like they use a lot of backdoors. They could definitely use hash values. Looks they may steal domain names just to hack into people's networks, because it looks like they use backdoors and things like that. Yeah, they use web compromise, so probably a lot of domains, a lot of IP addresses. Tools. Let's see for tools. Yeah, see they use tools too. Probably files that people click on and download a lot, things like that. So it could be anywhere on the pyramid, to be completely honest. Where is the pyramid of pain again? Yeah, so domain, IP addresses, tools. They probably use TTPs. And yeah, you could use a TTP to counterattack them, because that would be set up in the first place just so they wouldn't have access to even get on your computer, or you even click on any of their links or advancing onto their websites. Let's see another one. Let's scroll down a little bit towards the bottom. This is a long one. Let's see. Chinese cyber espionage group that Mandiant has tracked since 2009. They have historically targeted construction, engineering, aerospace, and telecom firms and the governments in the United States, Europe, and Japan. These are big hitters right here. This is crazy stuff. The targeting has been in support of Chinese national security goals. Okay. Associated malware, Haymaker, Snugrai, Bug Juice, and Quasari. Okay. This recent AP10 activity has included both traditional spear phishing and access to victims' network through managed service providers. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're targeting big people like the CEOs through spear phishing, or certain managers or directors, and they're getting through their networks through the MSPs, which can be difficult to keep track of since you're not always ahead of that entirely. They've been unsophisticated, leveraging ink files within archives, files with double extensions, while some cases simply identically named decoy documents and malicious launches within the same archive. As their AP timber through global resources, that's pretty crazy that they can just do these type of things just um with evil corrupt files, double extensions, and just spear phishing, which I feel like are pretty basic when it comes to just learning cybersecurity in general. So it's very interesting. But yeah, it looks like it was very similar to the last one. It looks like looks like you could use hash values for the files in case they get into the MSP and intercept one of your files. The IP addresses, what they say, they use a lot of files, so definitely through tools that they use. Yeah, see, yep, for spear phishing attempts, a backdoor can be used. Yeah, so they are big on tools that they might have to create more, things like that. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, they're lower on the pain pyramid, but I feel like they're pretty powerful. But this is why you have to set up your TTPs for sure, just so they can't do things like this. Because it seems like they use very small and quick tactics that most people might not even notice, but they would take control of everything. Name decoy documents. That's how hashes would definitely help out right there. Malicious launchers, spearfishes, through global service. Yeah, so yeah. Well, that is actually pretty cool to learn. I think those two cover a lot of what I learned through this entirely. It's crazy how they target big people like the government and governments of different countries in general. So scary stuff how you have to put things in place just to combat this. But okay, here goes Pyramid of Pain. 30 minutes easy. I have fun with this and it was really fun. I hope you guys enjoy watching. Check out my other videos. I'm gonna be going through more of this just so you guys can get my thought process and how I'm feeling about everything. But yeah, I'll give this one a thumbs up for sure. Number 2800 on the dot. Thanks again for watching.